One of the questions I get a lot from people who've been charged with a DUI, who have an administrative license suspension hearing upcoming, or have an arraignment upcoming is, hey, when are we going to get my video? Aren't I entitled to go get my video prior to having a court date? And the answer is probably not. You're probably not going to have it prior to that initial court date. So your first court date in your criminal case is what's called an arraignment. You may actually have multiple arraignment dates. Let's say, for example, that your case starts off in a municipal court. You're probably going to have several arraignment settings of the case there. It just gets reset or continued while we're negotiating the case with the prosecutor, while we're waiting on evidence to be obtained, whether or not it's a video, an incident report, whatever it may be. So at the first court date that you have in your criminal case, know that you're probably not going to have a video. That's very common and probably is the more procedurally correct way to go about things. You shouldn't really have a video on your first court date because it just takes some time to produce and that sort of thing. Second, with regard to the administrative license suspension, you're probably not going to have it for the first date of the administrative case either. There are some exceptions to that. Sometimes I'll have sort of a delay in between the notice being sent out and the actual hearing date. Then I can get a production order sent over by the Office of State Administrative Hearings, produce it to the agency, and then I can get your video. And sometimes I can have it prior to that date. Yes, I want to have it. It is probably the most important piece of evidence in any DUI case. But you don't always have it at the first date. And if you don't have it at the first date of the administrative case, know that your case is 9 times out of 10 going to be continued or reset. And that should not be a point of stress for you at all. If I'm handling the case, I can guarantee you that we're not going to make real decisions in the case as to your license or what you should do with your criminal case without having first looked at the video if there is one. That's something that we're just going to do. We're going to make sure it happens one way or another. That's going to go down. We're going to do everything that we can to make access to that information, that evidence available to you and available to us so that we can give you a really good assessment and evaluation of what you should do. So that is absolutely critical to our evaluation of the case, and we want to make sure that we've got it. So if you have a court date that's upcoming, either the criminal case or the administrative license suspension case, don't be too hung up in sort of the procedural mechanics of when are we going to get the video, how we're going to get it prior to that date. I can assure you that I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that we've got it prior to making a substantive decision about your case. I hope that's helpful for you. I hope it relieves some of the stress that a lot of people seem to have prior to those dates and whether or not they'll have the information that they need in order to make a decision. So hope you're doing well, staying safe, and I hope to see you soon.